What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Miss Honey, here for a Walking Dead review. Okay, I am so over this show. I'm so glad that next week will be the last episode, the season finale, you guys. I cannot tell you how super excited I am about that. But let's talk about this episode. This is the next to last episode for season 8. It is episode 15, I believe. The return of Negan. We finally get to see who Negan picked up off the side of the road when he was coming from his S&M party with Jadis. And this episode was really just a series of speeches. That's all that it was, which is why it was so exhausting. Like, I just want Walking Dead to get back that last season. If this season 9 is going to be the last season, I just wanted to get back to the original Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? I either want them to move on and do things differently, or just let's just you know what I'm saying, let's get off this existential plane that we own. You know what I'm saying? We all did what we had to do to survive. Okay, that's why we call it post-apocalyptic. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all scrapping and surviving. Let's do this. Okay, you guys, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget that notification bell, because you want to get little surprises throughout your week that says, hello, Miss Honey has done a video. Okay, that's important. Remember to give me a thumbs up on this video. You guys know that ratings are important out here on the YouTube street, as well as comment down below. What did you guys think of this episode? Again, I am so ready for this series to end, to finally end and be done with. Like, if we're not gonna do it any better than this, then what's the whole point, you guys? Again, this episode was just a series of speeches. It was a speech, you know, we got a speech from Simon to Dwight. You know, he's trying to talk Dwight into siding with him to go against Negan, to take Negan out, you know, so Simon can be the new leader of the Saviors. We get a speech, of course, from Negan. That's all Negan talking in. He only talks in speeches. So, you know what I'm saying? We used to a diatribe from Negan. We get lovely speeches from Carl, several lovely speeches from Carl from Beyond the Grave. Really, they were the notes that he left for everybody. And we hear him reading it in his voice. Rick reads his note. He is emotional. Michonne gets on the walkie-talkie and calls Negan on the walkie-talkie and reads Carl's note that he wrote to Negan, reads it to Negan. And you know, that was a lovely speech. It's really all about ending all of this killing each other. Like, let's not do this. Let's not go head to head. Let's not do this. Let's bygones be bygones and move forward. Unfortunately, Carl, we're not going to be able to do that. We're not going to be able to do that because I don't know if you remember correctly, but he bashed Abraham and what's the other fella name? I wanted to call him Gary, but that's not his name. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about, Maggie's husband. He bashed them in the head right there in front of you. I mean, come on. Like, some people you just can't negotiate with. That's just the way that it is. Either I'm going to survive and kill you, or you're going to survive and kill me. I'm going to do my best to survive. Okay? So we might as well just digest this and move forward. Okay, Carl? I get what you're saying. I understand. And normally I'm here for it. But again, this is post-apocalyptic war that we are in. Okay? So let's just move forward. We get of course, a nice long speech and diatribe from Eugene. Eugene is selling this whole idea that he is you know, 100% Negan. He's gonna get the job done no matter what. He don't care if the people that he working with blood, sweat, and tears, if they work their fingers to the nub. He is going off low-key on Gabriel, who gives us this long, pitiful, poorly, sickly speech about being frightened and afraid to live, but they ready to die either. You know, it's this long speech. Okay, they both give us speech after speech after speech. All right. Then we see Gregory talking to Simon, and he decides he's gonna stand up to Simon. He gives Simon this long diatribe about how he is the pedophilia and he is the man and he can make it work, and people don't know how to rule and how to be a good leader, and he knows how, and all of this, only to be slammed hard to the ground, brought to his senses, and being brought back in line as well. So what was the whole point of the speech? Okay, Simon is giving speeches to the people, to the saviors that are left. He's giving speeches to Dwight. He's really trying to talk Dwight into some things. Negan is giving speeches trying to talk Dwight into letting him know what's going on with Simon. We all know that Dwight is really working with Daryl and the Hilltop gang, so it would do him good to pit them two together and then just continue working it. But there's a little surprise there as well. We get a long speech from Aaron. Y'all know Aaron lost his husband, and he and what's the young girl that Carl used to follow into the woods all the time? He is you know, he left her and went back to the water people, to the lesbian camp. All right, and they're not all lesbians, they just kind of look like it, but I digress. And they not taking him in, so he's in the woods just outside of their camp, you know, trying to scratching and surviving. He ain't got nothing to eat. He dehydrated. It's raining. It's walkers everywhere. He fighting them off left and right and doing little gestures to save them, to help them, hoping they'll take him in, you know. And finally, I think at the end they did take him in, but he gave a long speech, you know, to them that finally convinced them, I think, to take him in or to join the fight or whatever. Like, it was just speech after speech after speech after speech, you guys. I mean, it was such a long episode. It was just so little action. It was just a lot of mind games and speeches here and there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so over it. Finally, we see where Dwight turns up Simon. They in the courtyard. They supposed to make their big move against Negan, and Negan lets Simon know that he knows he's on to him. He's got some people there that take out the folks that Simon done talked into revolting against Negan, and Negan's like, we're gonna do this mano a mano, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do fisticuffs, you know what I'm saying? You want to be a leader, you got to fight like a leader. So they go back inside to fight, you know, hand combat type thing. And Simon is feeling very confident. He feels very good about his chances of winning. He has convinced the others, and he has convinced himself, right, that he can do this, only to get his windpipe crushed, okay? And later we see him tied to a gate, and he's a fresh walker, so you know what I'm saying, we can still see the handlebar mustache and all of that. Like, it was beautiful. It was lovely, absolutely lovely. Later on we get to see Daryl and I think her name is Tara, take Eugene. He's outside walking around eating, and they kidnap him and take him, you know, handcuff him and take him. He gets to a point where Daryl walks ahead and kills a couple of walkers. He's there with Tara, I think that's her name, and decides he's gonna take two fingers, stick them down his throat, and throw up on her. And of course she's grossed out about being thrown up on, even though they've all worn walker guts, but I digress. And he's able to run away. Like, this is the most balls we've seen you use in saving yourself, only to go back to the saviors. Like, okay, maybe there's some grand master plan, maybe, I don't know, that what's his name, Eugene, is working on. Okay, who knows? All right, so he escapes and goes back to work on the work on the bullets for Negan. Meanwhile, Negan has gotten together before he killed Simon, and they devised the plan, what they were going to do, complete with map and everything. Well, when Negan was crushing Simon's windpipe, Dwight ushered Gregory on out of there and sent him with car keys, a car, and the map and the note written to Rick on it. Go back to the hilltop, take this to them because they need to know what's going to go on tomorrow, right? Turns out it was all a setup. It was all a setup because the person that Negan picked up off the side of the road, I think, was Andrea, and she's alive, and she told a whole story about how Dwight turned on them and killed some of them, or let some of them be killed, and now he's on to Dwight too. And Dwight really tried to hold it in the road there for a while. He was being real silent. He wasn't saying he was yay or nay on anything in particular. He was just listening and being humble and all of that. And so next week we're gonna see if Dwight gets his comeuppance, you know what I'm saying? If he gets his comeuppance, like Negan said, I can't trust you on anything. Did you really go looking for your wife? I believe we're gonna see that wife. I believe we about to see that wife. I'm almost sure we about to see that wife, and I wonder if she's up there with the water people, with the people at the beach. Okay, the lesbian camp. I don't know, but we gonna see. Let's see what else. Gregory takes the note back, and we don't know yet what Rick and Nose are gonna do. We're not sure how it's all gonna pan out. All we can do is hope that Hilltop comes out on the top of this. They've taken so many hits. It was good to see, at least for this episode, that Negan's camp was taking really the hits, because losing Dwight and Simon is two major characters that we're losing for this season, that that Negan is also losing, you know, as a part of his team. So at least they camp took some type of loss. I mean, Negan is still alive. He still has Lucille, but we could always hope, right? Okay, you guys, I think that is it for this episode. Like I said, y'all tell me what y'all think. It was like sitting in on debate club rehearsal or something. I mean, it was just speech after speech after speech. Like, everybody had a diatribe, and I was so over it at the end of this episode. I hope next week's episode has a little bit more action in it. You know, I would love to see that. You guys let me know. Put it down below. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll holla.